Most video creatives think their biggest problem is gear, or leads, or not getting replies to their cold emails. But what if the real problem is just their mindset? Not in a vague, cheesy, motivational way that you've heard a million times. I'm talking a scientific, strategic mindset. The kind that shapes how you see the world, and therefore how you show up in it. Because there's a fact in this that we've got to face. Your emotional state is affecting what you notice, what you say yes to, and what kind of energy you bring into your client relationships. And that's what we're diving into in part 7 of our 8-part series on future-proofing your video business, your mindset. So I'm pretty far from a fucking scientist, but I'm going to repeat what scientists say about neuroplasticity, confirmation bias, and your reticular activating system. Your brain is not fixed. It rewires itself constantly based on the thoughts and the feelings you repeat. That's neuroplasticity. It decides what gets through to your awareness. You can actually tell it what matters by what you choose to focus on. That's why, for example, when you buy a new pair of shoes, you suddenly see whoever else has the same ones or similar ones. You didn't summon more of them or just think more of them into existence. You just tuned your brain into spotting them. And the same thing happens in business, right? If you focus on clients that undervalue you, your brain will get very good at finding more of them. Sometimes you don't even realize this is why. So if you're operating from a place of fear, you get really good at spotting threats, missing opportunities, pulling back, playing small. Eventually, you'll wire your brain to expect those outcomes, and it creates behaviors to match. And when you're aware of this, you can spot it a mile off, right? That's confirmation bias. Your brain looks for proof of what it already believes. But if you're operating from trust and possibility and abundance, you're going to notice openings. You try new things, you build connections that move your business forward. And over time, those risks pay off. Your brain gets better at believing in growth. That's how abundance becomes reality. I've definitely operated in both those spaces. It feels like karma, right? Maybe it is, I don't know. But how we can tangibly explain it is that it's just neural wiring. So what's this got to do with video strategy? Let me tie this directly into your career. If you're a videographer or a video creative, your entire business is built on visibility. Your job is to increase the visibility, the trust, and the emotional resonance of your client's brand. So ask yourself, are you operating with that same clarity and belief? Do you genuinely believe your work leads to more opportunity for your clients? If not, that's your mindset bottleneck. And that's a big thing in the way, bigger than you might think. Because when you truly believe in the outcomes that your video strategy creates, your communication changes. You sell with conviction. You price based on value. You hold your ground when a client lowballs you. This is the deeper layer most videographers skip. And that's the change I've made sure I put into the guys in the community. You have to build the mindset that holds that standard. And people who still think small, they still think like freelancers. They don't think in growth. You cannot become externally what you haven't already accepted internally. You've got to embody the identity first, right? The mindset, the standard, then the actions and the results follow. Your mindset's everything moving into the future. I covered everything you'll need to future-proof your video business in part 1. Make sure you have a little watch of that if you missed it. Now, what we focus on a lot in 4Creatives is the law of reciprocity and abundance in client work. Now, there's a psychological principle called the law of reciprocity, and it's been proven time and time again. Humans are wired to respond to perceived generosity with generosity. So when you give value in your communication, when you share ideas, when you share insights, or just energy from a mindset of abundance, people are going to mirror that. They will trust you more, they will refer you more, and they will pay you more. But if your default setting is scarcity, everything you do will feel like a transaction. And you'll attract the kind of clients who operate the same way. Clients who interrogate every penny, they undervalue your creativity and treat your work like a commodity. We've all been there. They are fucking horrible. And this is why your mindset really, really matters. It's so, so important, right? Not just for your personal growth, but for how you build a business that runs on reciprocal energy. You are the signal and your environment reflects back your signal every single time. Now, let's get practical for a second. There's something in marketing called the rule of 7. People need to see or hear from you at least 7 times before they're ready to trust you, engage, or buy. And to be honest, these days it's more like 11 or 12 times with the amount of shit everyone consumes daily on their feed. But what most video creatives forget is if you don't believe in your work, you won't show up consistently enough to hit those 7+ touch points. And that means you're invisible. Not because your work isn't good, but because your mindset stopped you showing up. Now can you see the importance of having the right mindset and view on yourself and your work as the foundation to absolutely everything that you do? This is paramount. If you're looking to align with us, expect to dive into this head first. Everything I just said isn't fluff, okay? It's the infrastructure your video strategy sits on. And we do regular mindset check-ins for this exact reason, all right? It's important and it works because strategy without belief is just dead weight. But strategy built on conviction turns creatives into booked out, trusted partners. Seen it happen many times. If you want the clients who actually get it and who pay accordingly, start with your mindset, okay? Build from that foundation. And like and subscribe for our final video in the series, Retainers. How you build that monthly income. That one's up next. See you there.